G'day, welcome back. So here with the Santa Fe again, and we've got the front left fog light, which also doubles as a daytime running light. It's got a strip of LEDs that run around there. For the last 6 months, this hasn't worked. Kind of annoying. It seems to be a not uncommon problem. And of course, being a sealed LED unit, the only option is to replace the whole thing. So one of these from the dealer is $688, which is a bit rich for me for a daytime running light. But unfortunately, warranty fitness standards here in New Zealand, if the light's fitted, it kind of has to work. So warranty fitness is coming up, so I kind of need to fix it somehow. So I figured, what's the harm taking it to pieces, seeing if we can fix it up. Well, it's just a strip of LEDs and some other wiring and junk, so I'm sure we can figure that out. So yeah, let's take it apart, see what we got, fix it up, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So here's our fog light assembly. So you've got a fog, a turning light, and the LED daytime running light. On the back you've got this first cover which needs to come off, which is 2 screws. You take that off, and then you've got to, probably best if you heat this up with a hairdryer or something, and then you can separate the 2 halves. Then there's lots of little screws to take bits out. You get your driver board and whatever else. Take it to pieces, fix your driver board, you're done.
The way I'm going to do this cardboard.
Get out of the way, I've dropped it. Come on, away.
No. Oh, smoke. Do you need that light on?
I do, so I can see what I'm doing.
Yeah. Where are those wires?
Why? It's for playing.
And you know bigger one?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, actually, we'd quite like some smaller ones, but that's all I've got right now.
I like the small one.
No, okay. You go on a hunt for stuff, Jan.
Yeah. There was a small one once.
I've no idea where the small ones are, Charlie.
The small.
Not even sure we got some.
They're outdoors now. There are light helping though.
That's good. You're a good helper, Charlie.
Mm.
Okay.
And then you put the back on. That after the touch that thing and tight it falls off.
Okay.
The way they put the bigger ones on.
They won't, hopefully they'll work better than the originals.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Just have fun as it works. It did help. There are holiday ones for you. I won't tap anything that these fires.
That's a good choice, Charlie.
Yeah. I won't tap the box and not touching your stuff.
Good choice. Alright. So about that.
And I tapping trains. And I tapping tables. And I tapping these. Then I won't tap these.
No, we won't cut those, eh?
No, I might do that.
Zee! Is that what it'll do?
Yeah.
Oh. Remember when you cut through the power cable for the light? And you melted my pliers? Yeah, I remember that too, Charlie.
Then you won't do that.
No, we're not doing that again, eh?
No. Not like the trailer.
The trailer? What happened with the trailer?
It's not broken last week.
What did it? How did it get broken?
Maybe you fixed it.
Oh, we fixed the lights for the millionth time.
Yeah. That is broken.
Break the garage, Charlie.
Now I might do an earthquake.
An earthquake?
Yeah.
Do you remember any earthquakes?
Yeah, I think so.
You think, oh, that was an earthquake drill. That was testing. That was a test.
Yeah.
You went through an earthquake, and your room was going whoa.
Yeah, last week.
Wow, it was a few years ago now. You're only little.
Yeah. I made a baby.
Yeah. Before Patrick was born.
Yeah.
And your door on your room was going open and closed and open and closed and open and closed.
Yeah. And like falling on my bed.
Yeah.
My bed is metal straight.
Yeah, you can get under your bed if there's an earthquake, eh? Because it's a big, strong bed. Right, Charlie. So we've soldered our new resistors, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've put the board back on the light and we've reconnected the LEDs.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll reconnect those to the housing connector.
Mm.
And then we'll give it a go, eh?
Yeah. Set lights to it.
You reckon it's going to work?
Yeah. I would say outside and set the lights.
We'll just stay here. We'll do it with the old Power Probe, eh? The Steve Rob Reviews Power Probe.
Yeah. They're all holding it too.
Is that better? We fixed it, Charlie.
Wow. That's it done. Let me
Oh, no. Just careful. Careful, don't pull it too far because that's only so long. Do it again. Good job.
I like doing it.
I know, you're very good at it, eh? Right. All done. Right. Good. Right, so you can see that when I took it apart, there's a fairly obvious fault there. One of the resistors of those four has lifted off the board. My initial plan was just to resolder that single surface mount resistor, but again, kind of best laid plans didn't quite come to fruition, so that resistor's somewhere on my garage floor over there somewhere, never to be seen again. So I was a little bit frustrated at that point. I tried to figure out the resistance of that resistor by reading the color code of it, and the colours didn't seem to make sense. The best I could work out, the value of that resistor was 90 megohms, which definitely not the case. So I did a bit of Googling and I found a couple of Russian web pages that said, oh, they're 4.7 ohm resistors. So that's 4.7 ohm, easily available. Went for 1 watt, so kind of big beefy resistors. As you can see on the board, they're quite big compared to what was there. Should last a lot longer. The problem, as always, with anything electronic seems to be heat. They heat up and break and stop working, and that was the problem here. So yeah, we managed to resolder them. Is it a DIY job? Well, I've got a fairly decent history in soldering electronic components. So yeah, for me, it wasn't too big a job. It was a wee bit fiddly. If you're not used to soldering small components, then it might be a job to take this to pieces, get the driver board, take it to someone who can. But yeah, it's not overly difficult. You do need a decent soldering iron. I had to go and pick up a little one that's small enough to desolder and resolder, well, desolder surface mount components, resolder conventional component or through-hole components onto surface mount boards, which, yeah, again, sounds complicated. If you've never done it before, find something to have a trial run on and solder it on. Hi Charlie. So yeah, we'll stick this back on the car, make sure it still works, and we're done. Right, to get to the lamp, you need to take the bumper off because the lights live in the bumpers. So this is what a Santa Fe looks like without a bumper. Oh, very funny, Joe.
No, that thing is funny.
What thing?
That thing.
The car is funny.
Yeah.
Probably. Come pull the trigger. You don't need a chair. Charlie, you don't need a chair.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's good.
Next one. One more.
Hey?
Good job. So the whole front kind of bumper comes off with 1, 2, 3, 4 10mm bolts, 2 plastic rivet things and a couple of 8mm bolts, one on either side, and a couple of plastic retainers on there. The whole thing lifts off, unclip your fog lights, and off you go. It's pretty straightforward to get it off. Looks a bit scary, but it's not. And let's once again just bask in the glory. There we go, that's how I saved $687 fixing my fog light, daytime running light, all by myself. Cheers!